Hello everyone, Turiosaurus here. Hope you guys are having a nice day. I know I am. And you may be able to tell why by looking at the screen here in front of you. I just got Skyrim for my PC. Super happy. I am a very happy man right now. Not only because, for one, I love Skyrim. Glitches and all, love it. It's a great game. But also because I found out my PC is a lot more of an awesome machine than I thought it was. So I guess all those issues I was having in Minecraft with the world errors and all that, that was mostly just because of, well, that was my fault, basically. No, it's not my fault at all. That's just how Minecraft is. Due to how the coding is and all that, it's very much a game where you can, have a great computer, and just because of how it's coded, it's not going to do so well. But yeah, so now we're playing Skyrim, and I'm actually recording this on what is pretty much ultra quality. I changed a couple things just to make sure that in those more intense battle scenes we don't get any huge frame spikes or lag spikes. Meh, lag spikes. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep the recording quality as high as possible, and so I changed a couple things. But yeah, this computer can apparently play Skyrim on the highest quality possible. So happy, so happy. You have no idea, no idea. Hope you guys are having as awesome of a day as I am due to me getting this game. Don't have any expansions for it or DLC, whatever you want to call it, at least not yet. I will be getting that later on, but let's face it, for now it's not a big deal. Not a big deal whatsoever. Eyeshadow? I don't want no eyeshadow. Eye tint? Yeah, this guy gets no sleep. He's dark bags under his eyes. So I'm just going through here. Usually I prefer not to play the Nord just because I like to play the sneaky type, yada yada yada. But I figured that for this and for lore reasons, I would actually pick the Nord, or the Norse. Yeah, Nord? Norse. Norsemen, Nord is individual. Yeah, you understand what I mean. But yeah, this is actually one of the very few things I kind of don't like about Skyrim. Is the fact that you're Dragonborn, right? So you get the shouting, right? Love the shouting. Don't get me wrong there. However, I feel that not every race should get the shouting as it does. Like, human races, maybe the elves, because, maybe some human got a little freaky with an elf and had that kid. And from there on it was elf, that's why he looks so normal. That's understandable, but like, the lizard people, the orcs, as far as I know, lore-wise, Dragonborn is supposed to be of Nordic descent. I'm pretty sure that the Nord's not having fun with the lizard person that just randomly shows up in Skyrim. And so, for that, I feel like you really should have, I don't know, you should have like a separate storyline almost that people who aren't of that race follow. If you guys know what I'm talking about, like, I may be alone in this, but to me, I feel like the whole Dragonborn thing is not all it's cracked up to be, especially since, well, let's face it, like, everyone can shout. Everyone shouts. Everyone. And that's supposed to be like your big special power. Like, I know you're better at it, you learn instantly or whatever it is, but as we get through the game, I think you guys will see that, like, there's tons of enemies that are shouting, and so it's not all that special, which is also another thing that I feel is a little sad. I understand that you can't be the only one shouting, because let's face it, if you're the only one shouting, you're gonna be kind of OP, and to be honest, you get overpowered by the end of the game anyways, but that's a whole nother issue. Like I said though, even in spite of all these things which actually bug me quite a bit, love this game. Love it. This is probably the best game that came out in 2011 for sure, and it may be still the best game for last year, 2012. Hard to say, there were some pretty good games that came out last year, but I don't know, this game is just, it's so good. So good. Albeit glitchy. This game has some serious glitches. I'm sure we're going to run into a couple, such as me getting launched sky high by a giant, or maybe I shoot someone in the toe and they die, or something's gonna happen. We're gonna run into issues down the line. This is guaranteed because it's Skyrim. But that's part of the fun, right? I mean, come on, you don't want to play a game that's always perfect. Games like this, where it's this huge, you're gonna have glitches, and that's some of the fun. It really is. Like, if I'm shooting this guy with my bow over and over, I kind of want the kinetic energy to stack up. That way when I kill him, I get to watch his body just launch into that opposite wall. Now as long as it doesn't launch off of a cliff, I'm not going to be upset, because I want to loot that body. You guys are going to find that I am loot crazy. I follow a rule when looting, guys. The value needs to be at least 10 times the weight. But aside from that, I'm picking up everything I can. Everything I can. And I love all of the skill trees. I try and specialize as like the assassin type, where I'm all stealthy and kind of low down, and I'll probably do that with this just because even when I try and go warrior, I end up becoming stealthy by the end anyways. But I go into alchemy, I go into the smithing, I go into the enchanting, I perk up in speech sometimes. Like, I do everything that I possibly can. And so this is going to be probably a multi-playthrough series. The first playthrough, I'm going to try and stick to a single specialization as much as possible. I'm going to go stealthy assassin type. I'll probably get blacksmithing and alchemy, but I'll probably stay away from enchanting. You guys can tell me if you care if I do all three of those or not. But I'm going to try and stay as solid as I can. We're not going to mod this playthrough. That being said, though, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to mod the next playthrough. So that's kind of my plan. This one is going to be my normal playthrough. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe beat the main storyline and then add mods to this character, or maybe start a new character. That's going to be up to you guys later on down the line. But I've never actually beaten the main storyline, even though I've had this for the Xbox for quite a while now. And so it could be a little while. I'm just going to throw that out there. I have played the intro enough that I just get tired of it, which is why I'm sprinting through it right here. Sorry if you guys wanted to see this. If it's a big issue, I can record another session with this and show you what you're actually supposed to do and stuff like that. But yeah, not me. And I'm going to side with the Imperials on this because the Stormcloaks are more racist. That's about it, you know. I'm a Nord, and so I could side with either one, but to be fair, I don't like being a Nord. I actually prefer to be like a lizard or a cat or someone else.
There you go.
Yeah, cut me loose. But because I prefer to be the others, and I'm not a racist person in real life, I prefer to be non-racial here, and thus I don't want to support them stinking Stormcloaks, and I'm gonna murder them all. You'll see. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, we're gonna do one-handed, equip these two, because I'm poor. Got the Helgen Keep key. Now there is a glitch where you can pound on this guy for a whole bunch of experience by the end of this tutorial. In fact, if you do it correctly, you can max out several skills. It takes forever though. I'm not going to do that. Usually on my single player ones I do, but because I'm recording this, I kind of want to like change my ways with this game and not necessarily roleplay, because I'm a terrible role player. You guys would see that. I'd be like, "Oh, Captain, fire at will," and stuff you don't need to hear. Basically, I'm a goofy person. But I don't necessarily want to do too many cheaty things, right? So I'm gonna do as little as possible. That's super cheaty. Nope. Yeah, I'll take those. And so I'm gonna try and immerse myself into the game. That's the word I was looking for. I'm looking for immersion here, as much as possible. Not necessarily like full-on immersion, because then I get into that whole role-playing mood. And trust me, you guys don't want to hear that right now, especially since I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm uncomfortable talking on the mic by myself, but I'm not fully comfortable with it either. And so I feel like I'd get really awkward there for a little bit as I was trying to come up with stuff to say for my role playing. That's gonna come with time. So yeah, we're gonna sneak in here. If you guys are playing this on Xbox and you want to play a sneaky thing, I found a glitch that is really cool, by the way. For those of you wondering, like how to be a successful sneaker on the Xbox, controller sensitivity and all that, turns out that you can take advantage of that. Oh, there, see, flying body. First glitch that we've encountered. Oh, he got shot in the knee too. Took an arrow in the knee. Oh, that's more the thigh. You guys understand though. Anywho, with the controller, if you just barely move it forward, ever so slightly, crouch your little thing forward, you'll actually find a point where your sword sort of shakes as you're moving forward. This is a pretty cool point to be at, because even being like a Nord, if you take off all your clothes, which I recommend you do all the time anyways, because that's fun, right? No, kidding, don't do that. Don't, well, I mean, I guess if you're alone you can do that, but you'll reach this point when you just barely move the left joystick, I think it is, forward, where your sword starts to just whack out and shake and stuff. I've never been discovered by anything when I'm doing that. So at that point, you could quite easily be like the world's best sneaky guy, because something about how the game is coded for the Xbox and all that, when you reach that point, you're not actually moving fast enough to register for sound, which is really cool. Once again, cheating, so I wouldn't do that if this was an Xbox, but this isn't, because this is my PC. Yeah, okay, sorry about that. Had to go crazy there for a little bit. You know how it is. I love this game, and I finally have it for my PC, which is great. I love PC because of the modding abilities and the fact that it's better in every way, shape, and form. No, PC is good, mostly because I've had it for so long and I know how to work on PCs. You can upgrade your PC, meaning that, you know, your case doesn't necessarily become obsolete, whereas with an Xbox, like, I kind of just got my Xbox 360 a little while ago, right? I told you guys that in the previous video. Well, here, probably either like mid this year or end of this year, maybe even beginning of next year, whatever it is, the Xbox 720 or Valhalla or whatever it's called right now is likely going to come out. I hear they're announcing that at E3, which means that my relatively brand new Xbox is not worthless, but it's not what you would hope it to be at this point, and I kind of just got it. And that's how it is with consoles. Like, actually, the PS4 is supposed to be like super strong. I've kind of looked up the specs of what it's supposed to be, and it's gonna be a legit operating system. It's not an operating system, you know what I mean. But it's going to be a really good piece of hardware. It's going to be strong. I don't think it's quite as strong as my PC, but I was pretty certain it was darn close. Which is nice, you know, especially for a console. This will be the first time consoles have even come close to certain PCs that people have at home. Which is great. I'm excited for this because, let's face it, console gaming is currently the leader. So if you're a PC gamer like myself, we tend to not get the good games until they're made for console first. And so then they're designed for consoles and all this other stuff. And so the higher quality that the games have to be to play on the consoles and look good on the consoles means that they're going to be even higher quality on the PCs. And we're finally actually going to get to utilize the hardware that you can stock up in a PC to its fullest ability.